Why don't you watch where you're going? Hey! Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? And you, mate. And you! Oh, get a bloody remote out of there!
Bob Schultz is unorthodox. Bob Schultz is a law unto himself. Bob Schultz is mean on the streets. Bob Schultz is a loner because Bob Schultz is very, very smelly.
All this talk of bullying and initiation ceremonies in the army makes me sick. It never did me any harm. And I passed out at Sandhurst. So would you with an NCO's batten up your bottom.
Here in Kenya's Marabunta Reserve, herds of hippopotami mate in the cool mud of the watering hole. The union takes place in the secluded aquatic love nest, and this torrid mating ritual
Hello, civilization. This is the Outer Hebrides Broadcasting Corporation with our weekly magazine program, Nightlife. This week, how to get a really bad hangover. First of all, food. See that? Well, we don't need any of that. Secondly, drink. Well, any kind of spirits. You see that? You always drink any kind of spirit and lots of beer. It doesn't matter what kind, so long as you mix it with the spirits. We get it all in that bucket there and put the beer in. Just get a wee bit of foamy froth going on it there, and just a wee bit of the old water of life. Then you come with a good mix up like that, you see? And then all you have to do is drink it, and hey presto, you've got one very drunk man with a really bad hangover, eh? And here is one I prepared earlier.
And what's more, there's more to come.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
We've got to keep up the standards.
Wait a minute.
No.
Shut
We
up.
all agree there must be control
Hello.
of what we watch on TV.
Very nice. Shut up. Government. Well, no. No deal.
No compromise!
No horse trading.
No capitulation!
No cooperation.
No surrender!
Then no one need legislation to avoid the effects
Yabu, ghastly.
of video nasties and satellite sex.
I find it absolutely astonishing. I'm overindulging. Where it's good, leave it alone.
This is an outrage, quite clearly.
Obey the code of self-discipline.
I have a feeling I'm overindulging. There's nothing I can do about it.
So disgusted by acts of that kind.
Just shout it from the house. I'm overindulging.
We've got to be very careful. The government worries.
There's nothing I can do about it.
People are influenced by everything they see.
I'll see you later.
I'm pure done in, so am. And I've just come back from my holidays as well. He was in Berlin for no paying his fines. So I had a fortnight in the kitchen with my feet stuck in the oven. Talk about luxury. Oh. Warm chilblains, a few Carlsberg specials, a big pan of chips and a Jackie Collins. I mean, I'm not a religious person, but see if there's an afterlife, a big doddy that'll do me smashing. Mind you, the weather was bloody minging, so it was. But that didn't matter. I just took the shade off the light bulb and I got a rare tan in the back of my neck. It was a pure game, so it was. I started to do all the wee things that I can't do when he's about, you know, like walk upright or I open my purse without police protection. In fact, I had just started seeing the world through different eyes again. Mainly because the swelling had gone down their and I'd flung away the dark glasses, And then what happens? Bozo goes and gets time off for good behaviour. And if that's not enough, while he was in the jug, some headbanger in the therapy unit had put him in touch with his feelings. So now, I'm getting harassed all the time to discover the essential me. You see that? That's where it bowed me because I wouldn't turn into a feminist. Honest to God, it comes staggering in out the pub, splatters its tea against the wall and goes, hey, you get out there and get your consciousness raised. And then it hands me this pair of wire-rimmed Trotsky glasses. I just looked at him, I said, listen, pal, it's a woman's right to choose. And I've got enough problems as it is without turning into a confident, enlightened individual. So I just lamped him one with the chip pans.
This is one laboratory that only continued its trade and murder. Yeah, right. Come on, my friend, enjoy your freedom. Come on, let's be having you. Ow! You little bastard.
Quite solid. Hold on, Mary. Stand aside now, stand aside. Sort them out. Dirty assholes.
Right, so you haven't had your eyes tested for...
4 years.
4 years. Well, let's take a look at them now, shall we? If you'd like to cover your right eye and read the chart.
Eye test now, 10 quid. Bet you wish you'd come sooner.
This is my escape from the high-pressure world of being an estate agent. I like nothing better than going down the potting shed and getting away from it all.
You know, the really lovely thing about being up here in Scotland is, I don't really know how to put this really, but it's just that how very Scottish everything is. I've noticed. No, it's true, because even the people Really Scottish. Because I've got the accent, everything, off to a T. It's uncanny. It's great. I'd love to have been Scottish, I really would. No, really, I'd have been very good at it. I would. Firing off outrage letters to the Daily Record. All about the price of crumpets in Aberfeldy tea rooms. I'd have loved it, I would. Never mind the nuclear arms race. What a terrible price to charge for a toddy scone and a wee pot of tea. In England, we're different. We internalise things. If something upsets us at a restaurant, we say nothing. We just go home, sprout an ulcer and blame it all on Bobby Robson. It's a nice arrangement. I like it. Not that I'm saying England's a better place than Scotland. God, no. I wouldn't dare. No, honestly, it isn't. It isn't, no, because after all, a person doesn't have to be in England to get her eyes. Sorry, I was being Scottish again. I've picked up a lot of new expressions that seem to be the norm up here. And poke's another one. Glasgow must be the only city on earth where a shop assistant can say to you, "Would you like a poke, madam?" Without getting arrested. Anyway, it took me quite a while to realise that a poke up here is actually Glasgow slang for a paper bag. Obviously. Of course, it's all semantics. See, I'm up here on business, by the way. I said to my accountant, you know, what should I do? And he says, well, you've got to spend big money fast. So I went to the Glasgow Garden Festival and bought an ice cream. Surprised me, really, because things are otherwise really cheap up here. Really cheap, it's true. People are always coming up to me and saying things like, hey, you, I want to buy an overcoat. Will you lend me 10 pence? Well, I say, of course, here's 20 pence to get me one as well. Anyway, shall I get another Governor Sunrise, please? Go easy on the hard pick this time.
Ah, Cookers! Don't you talk to me about Cookers. Cookers, is it? Have you been in there lately? Hey, have you ever tried to get a crisis loan to cook your breakfast? You wouldn't have a clue. Okay, wait, here, look. Come here. Never mind that. Come here, look at that, right? Look at that. See that? That is me. That is me to Tuesday. And you know how, don't you? It's same in there. It's same in there and the bloody changes. Hey, I tell you, so don't you talk to me about Cookers, boy. I've been in there already this morning. I've done my dinger already. I says, social security. I said, social security. Well, I don't feel very secure, and I don't feel very social either. I just gave the boy the napper, you know, just a wee nod, a formality. I says, don't take this personally, Valentine. I know you're just obeying orders, but have a fair face anyway. See them in there? See that and that, her that, no, her, no, none of you, no, Edwina Curry. Hey, her, see that? Her with that, hey, Scruff, don't eat chips and nip that bag and don't trail your knuckles along the pavement when you walk. See her, see that? That is quite right. And I'll tell you something else, boy. That is how I hate her. I mean, because what can I do? What can I do, eh? Nothing. I am just a man. That is all I am. Hey, I'll tell you what I can do. I can do nothing. Hey, yeah. Which is a bloody sight more than you lot are doing, let me tell you. I went to bugger it a lot of you. I'm sick of a lot of you. Go on. Cookers, is it? Cookers, I'll give you cookers.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Today we're going to show you all the different uses you can have with a traffic cone.
Drunk men can find unlimited happiness with just one of these little red fellows.
Sometimes they put them on their heads like this.
Which is hilarious to their drunk friends.
And sometimes they put them on their groin.
And pretend they have a very large penis. Sometimes drunk men pretend the cone is a football. Kick, wee, goal.
Hurrah! Or sometimes they pretend it's a megaphone. Come in, we know you're in there.
Sometimes even a toilet.
Of course, the fondness for the traffic cone tends to wear off when the drunk wakes up the next morning and finds the cone lying in bed beside him.
And a distinct smell of dog's pee off the sheets.
Next week, we'll be showing you all the irritating games you can have with beer mats. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gypsy Rover came over the hill, down through the valley so shady. He whistled and sang till the greenwoods rang.
Hello. I'm dead. But I'm able to speak to you through the miracle of television. I'm in heaven. I nearly didn't get in. There was a bit of confusion and I nearly went to Aberystwyth. Actually, a lot of people go to Aberystwyth to die. Being in Aberystwyth seems to make death more attractive somehow. One man went there and committed suicide with a cheese grater. Took him all weekend. Drink it was with me. When you saw me last, well, I was just gone. You see, drinking is as easy as being ill, really, and I felt so ill last week, I just said, oh, I just want to die. And then I had the first bit of luck I've had for ages. I died. Here I am. I suppose I should have left the last will and testicle, really. Whatever a testicle is. Don't suppose I'll ever find out now. Anyhow, I should definitely have left a will, and quite possibly a testicle as well. That's it, you see. Death. Death couldn't have come at the worst time. I wasn't ready. Most people take a whole lifetime to die. Death. What a way to go. Uncle is here. Hadn't seen him for years. He was a coal miner and a pit pony chewed through the flex of his hairdryer. His hair was such a mess, he just lost the will to live, really. Old Mr. Gacky's here. He had a very emotional reunion with his legs. He lost them in the early days of vacuum cleaners when they weren't as safe as they are now. Oh, he's quite pleased to be here. He was sick to death of birds and things taking his walking frame to build a nest. Nan's here too. She always said that she wanted to be buried with Granda. So we did it for a surprise for her last birthday. I've noticed that nobody here gets any older, which is all right for the young people, but a bugger for the old ones who stay as they are. I said a rude word then. Still, if you can't say bugger when you're dead, when can you say it? I haven't met Jesus yet, but I've met a man who has. Apparently, the rumor is that the world is going to get another load of divine retribution. Probably a plague of slippers round about Christmas time. Well, it's very quiet out there. Oh, no. You know what have happened, don't you? They've all gone to the funeral and left me here. Typical. Bloody typical.
Could I try this on, please?
Yes, do that.
Thanks very much. No thanks, I'll just leave it. Darling.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make love to me?
I just did.
That's that.
£49. Have you got anything smaller?
is a form of soul music born directly out of the despair, emotional impoverishment and plain boredom of life in the middle income groups on the bleak barrack-type housing estates of Britain.
Morning, Vivian. Hi, Trevor. How are you? How's Mrs. Farquharson? Oh, she's splendid. Good. Having a bit of a lie-in this morning.
Oh, is she? Is she? Lovely day for the car, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Right, nice.
Finley Fraser sings The Whites.
This morning, my BMW wouldn't stop. I said I woke up this morning, my BMW wouldn't stop. Hey, Mr. RAC man, if you don't hurry up, I'm going to be awfully late for my...
Well, I call myself Blind Boy Fraser, but to be honest, I'm not technically blind. Although I am a bit short-sighted, which is actually more traumatic than being blind. Because blind people get a disability pension, whereas I have to struggle along on a salary of 25k a year plus company car.
Why do I like him? Well, I think Finley, a blind boy, really knows where I'm coming from. Like me, he's really aware of the important issues that face us, like school fees, the 6,000-mile service, and the horrid little weeds that creep up in the crazy paving between the cracks.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, Blind Boy Fraser has given us middle-income whites dignity and identity that, that we've never had before. And, well, it's thanks to him I can now go into a record shop wearing a business suit without feeling a complete tit.
No, true.
He's given us Square's cred, man. I mean, he is Roger Whittaker with soul.
But it's when he's insecurely behind the artexed walls of his castle that Blind Boy really bears his soul and gives us a rare insight into the inner frustrations of a creative mind.
Oh, MFI, you be the death of me. There's 22 screws in the wee plastic bag and the hole's the number. 23.
Blind Boy Fraser's first album, Cred for the Naff, is available now from all tatty record shops, in the far corner on the squeaky rack beside the Steam Train Sounds and Milligan and Nesbit's. What does he hope his album will achieve?
Well, who can say, man? But if just one quantity surveyor decides not to leave his safety helmet on the parcel shelf of the Cavalier, then I think it will all have been worthwhile. Oh, all these naughty dandelions.
I think that's you.
Oh, that's great. It's lovely.
Yeah?
Oh, brilliant. That's
Would
great.
you like a little bit more
No,
tape on
that's
the
fine.
side?
That's fine.
Make
No,
it a bit
that's fine. That's ample sufficient.
Yeah,
It's lovely. It's great.
All right,
Super.
well, let's just have a look at the side. so
Righto.
I can take some down
Oh,
the
wow,
back.
that's just super. It's lovely. It's fantastic. Absolutely terrific. No, that's fine. It's lovely. It's, I'm absolutely bowled over by the back.
Right,
It's
well, you look
lovely.
lovely for your
That's
holidays,
great.
aren't
Thank you
you?
very much.
All
It's
right, let's
absolutely
just give it a bit of a spray.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
All right, then.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Take care now, because I know I will.
Lovely. Brilliant.
No, you forgot your jacket.
Oh, God, I'm knackered. This is me just getting in. Oh, I see what it is. I may as well tell you. I went out last night and I met this very nice man and, well, not to put too fine a point, that the inevitable happened. I know I can hardly credit it myself. Me, the Doris Day governor. Oh, it was great, so it was. And I'll tell you, I enjoyed it. Don't you kid yourself? Of course, he'd been around, you know. When we get back to his place, he says, "Do you want a drink?" I says, "Aye." So he's pouring out a Cinzano with one hand and undoing his trousers with the other. I thought to myself, "Aye, Lizzie, he's done this before, eh?" And the great thing is, I don't feel like a slag neither, I don't, no. Mind you, it was dead embarrassing this morning waiting for the taxi. I had a flush on me that bad that folk were trying to post letters through my gub. Oh. Talk about mortified. Oh, it really was. But it's only natural. Me making up for lost time, you know. See, in Scotland, we never had the 60s. We had the over 60s. Mind you, it's queer doing it with somebody different, isn't it? You know, funny lumps and curves and stuff. Oh, but he was a very, very sensitive lover. He actually had taken the trouble to clag his oaksters with roll-on and swallow a wee dollop of Colgate before getting on with making a beast of himself, you know. But it makes a change for Eddie, or Fast Eddie, as I called him, for reasons no too obscure, I'll tell you. Midden. Oh, I've heard he's got his own pad now. That must be short for paddock. But if I'm honest, I do feel a wee bit, well, you know, sinful. I must admit there was a wee pang of post-coital depression. But even that's an improvement with Eddie. It was pre-coital. So at least I got a couple of shudders out before a guilt saved him, you know? But it's a funny old game being single after all these years. I mean, even now, I keep waiting for him to walk through that door, get down on one knee, look up at me with that cheeky wee schoolboy grin of his, only to have me wipe it off his kisser with this dirty great poker. But that'll never happen. But I can always dream, can't I? You're beauty!